Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
A&M Medical is Lawrence County's newest medical clinic, specializing in urgent and primary care. Practitioners Andrea Bain and Meredith Hutton bring years of experience and compassion to keep you and your family healthy. A&M Medical features a separate well waiting room to meet your needs. Visit today and ask about A&M's weight loss program and telemedicine services. That's A&M Medical, located at 2367 Highway 43 South in Leoma, Tennessee.
Oktoberfest is approaching, and our very favorite day, Loretto Merchants Day, on October 12th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Loretto Merchants Day is an opportunity to visit our local merchants to see what all they have to offer, which is a lot. We have a plethora of businesses with so many amazing things in store. Old School Rentals is hosting vendors, showing off his propane tanks and rental equipment. Sarah's Sea Boutique has a variety of vendors, from sweet treats, food trucks, home decor, jewelry, mums, and more. You're always in for a treat. New arrivals aplenty inside. Hun House Wine and Spirits is stocked up on all your seasonal and yearly favorites, and a German beer tasting from 2 to 4 p.m. Also, stop by Cash Saver, Greens Home Center, Lawson's, Loretto Nursery and Landscaping, the Masters Home Gallery, Rest and Refine, and the Dalai Lama. Maps are available at every location. Some businesses are hosting vendors, while others are offering sales, specials, new arrivals, and special treats inside. It's up to you to go check them out and find out what goodies are in store on October 12th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Find out more details by checking out our Facebook event page. Just search Loretto Merchants Day.
Do you have a small farm, a big farm, or just critters in the backyard to feed? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you need to make the short drive down to A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee today. Owner and operator Jamie Ayers has you covered and will treat you right. That's A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we've provided outstanding residential and commercial services through southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air. When you need us, we'll be there.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to X Sports Live here on this Wednesday, October 9th. As you can tell, we're going to be talking a little bit about college football to start the show. I'm Clint Brazier, along with the big fella, Dusty Kaiser. Mr. Hayden Burks over here. As you can tell, none of us are very happy about the weekend that was in college football. So let's just start with the first one, Dusty. Let's start with your squad.
Let's start
with what happened in Nashville.
Well, I'll tell you what happened in Nashville is we took an old-fashioned country boy tail kicking to the woodshed is what we took. We talked off air, and I know me and you've talked a couple times throughout the past week or so. We looked like the best team that had ever been assembled, even outside of Nick Saban, the first half against Georgia. And the second half, we come out, and we look like a team that we would say we look like Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And then we hit the long touchdown pass. We come away with a 5-point win. Still feeling a little confident. And then we get to Nashville this past Saturday, and it was a home game. I mean, you look at the stands, and there's more there's red shirts everywhere. And Kellen DeBoer and the Alabama Crimson Tide look like garbage. And that's about as nice as I can put it.
That's speaking highly as high as you can.
That's as high as I'm going to say is garbage. There were 0 adjustments in the game, start to finish. 0 adjustments. I think DeBoer lost some of his team, the way they were acting on the field. I do not condone Malachi Moore and how he acted at the end of the game. I read today that DeBoer took his captain's patch, and I'm proud of him for doing that. I'm not going to get in arguments about what people say and what they don't say. I'm glad the coach stood up and done what he had to do. Alabama's in trouble, guys. I've been saying it. You know, we didn't know what we had as a coach, and we talk and we add all this stuff up and we look at what we got, and you think, okay, you know, he's a winning coach. He's got this winning record, but he's coming to the SEC. You really don't know. Kellen DeBoer, I'm just being honest, guy. I don't think he's the man. And I know everybody's like, well, you can't say that because you're replacing Nick Saban. I understand that. And I'm not trying to talk ugly. I don't want to hear the whole crap about, well, Tennessee's been going through it for all these years. They hire the coach. He was there for a couple of years. They fire him. That is piss poor coaching at its finest.
Well, and you guys saw it before Saban got there too. Y'all were us before we were.
Yes, we were there. You know, we've had coaches that never even got to coach a real game because they got fired. You know, all the stuff they used to do back in the day. But DeBoer has got a long ways to go to make up and to get his fan base back on his side. And we made a joke about it just right before we come on air. We got a game Saturday against South Carolina that has nothing to lose. Mm-hmm. I looked at the spread this morning. It's 21 in Tuscaloosa. Hey, if that game is a 7-point game, DeBoer, like you said, he might want to go find him a place out there in Washington, and he might be ready to move back.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and this going into the Tennessee-Arkansas game, guys, I just can't believe that in the last couple of weeks we've had in college football, that any coach, I don't care if you're the number 1 ranked team like Alabama was or Tennessee was, I can't believe any coach would let his team go in unprepared.
Exactly.
And thinking that you've got anything won.
Right.
Because let me tell you something. If we ever do a pick'em show for the rest of this year on this one, I'm not picking anybody.
No.
Especially SEC wise.
No, it's so competitive now in the college football. It's ridiculous.
I'll tell you who I think should win, but I ain't going to tell you who is going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. It won't be no guaranteed facts.
Well, let's get into, you know, Dusty, you make that point about DeBoer. And we'd even said it midway through that Georgia game. And no adjustments were made. And then they're playing catch up, which they haven't had to do but one time this year.
Right.
And that was when Georgia took the lead on them late in the game.
Right.
And to Vanderbilt's credit, Clark Lee, he 4th and 1, he throws it deep.
Yeah.
And they burn Alabama's defense. I think you roll into that very next game right after that. You know, I made a post. I don't know if you guys saw it. I was blaming all the Tennessee fans for talking trash to Alabama, and then look what happens to us.
There's never a week whenever Alabama plays Tennessee. But go ahead.
My main strife is with the coaching staff. Our offense just is what it is. Oklahoma, it got downplayed quite a bit that we were without a couple of left tackles, and that's why we played conservative. But you know, the other night, here's my crucial thing that I haven't heard answered that I want to hear answered. Now, Heupel did take the blame, but I was telling Hayden, I told you on the phone, Dusty, 5 minutes to go in the contest. Tennessee's got the football. 3rd and 7, we run a draw up the middle with Sampson, and he gets stopped, and we punt it away.
Right.
And I said, well, all right, we're going to rely on our defense. We're going to run clock. We get the ball back with 3.5 minutes to go. We won one running play, and then I'll kiss your butt if we don't throw it 2 times and stop the clock and give Arkansas a chance to march down the field and score, and they did.
And not good throws.
Yeah, so I don't understand. I don't understand who's making the decision, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, I know Heupel's the offensive guy. I know for a fact that he's the one that's he's calling the offensive plays. So that's on him from that part. What I don't understand is, like you said, how in the world is 1 week or we look like the best team in the nation offensively, and then the next week we look like we did against Arkansas.
Guys, let's go ahead and take these off.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a crick in my neck, turning my head to look at you.
There you go, man.
Woo! But yeah, case you couldn't tell, this is Clint Brazier. This is Hayden Burris.
I'm the
This
big
is
guy.
the big guy, Dusty Cabot. But listen, I'm really down on Josh Heupel, and even though I don't care about Alabama, the board, because you've had 2 weeks to realize not being ready to play should not be an excuse.
No, it's not an excuse.
No, not at all.
And listen, it's hard to get on. Even Alabama's got a 17-year-old, but 18 to 22-year-old kids, they're dumb. But even they're smart enough, and they're getting paid, that they need to realize every day is a work day.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And
it's the what you were talking about last week, Clint, about there's no gimmies in the SEC or just college football in general.
Exactly. It's not just Tennessee and Alabama. Look at USC. Look at Michigan. Look at all the teams that dropped last week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and going like to the coaching side of it, I know Heupel is y'all's main offensive guy, and I know DeBoer is an offensive-minded coach, and it's more there than he is defense. But maybe they need to go in the coordinator's office to shut the door.
Yeah. So, guys, we got to talk about
Yeah,
something.
we got
Something's got to change.
It seems like
Because going into y'all's game this Saturday, I know I just talked about our game, but going into y'all's game this Saturday, Napier and the Gators, they have nothing to lose.
Yeah, they're going into Neyland.
You may see onside kicks every quarter.
He may start the
Fake
game
punts.
off with an onside
Yeah.
kick.
Yeah.
I mean, because he knows his days are numbered at Florida. He may be fired already. They're just letting him finish the year out. But Heupel has got to. If Heupel's holding Nico back, then this weekend he better turn him loose.
Yeah, and I, Hayden, you. I know Dusty didn't watch it because he was already sick. He told me he started watching wrestling after the Alabama game.
I don't blame him.
But it looked like Nico was checking down his progressions a lot of the time. And either somebody wasn't getting open, he wasn't seeing them. There is a picture of Squirrel White.
Sampson, yeah, I saw that
second
picture.
to last play, all alone.
Wide open.
I've seen the highlights.
Side.
And he threw into double coverage to the tight end.
Yeah.
And that's on him. But, I was saying, it seems like Tennessee is that we don't run anything, throw anything underneath or quick slants across the middle like we're protecting receivers. And I don't understand that part.
It's run the ball or big play. That's what it seems
and it might have been Squirrel White. He had deep, and I seen some highlights after I kind of cooled off and decided to watch a little bit of football.
After you could breathe?
Yeah. But, it might have been White had beat the defender, and it was a deep route.
But he overthrew him. Looked like
He overthrew him.
Yeah. I mean, it was like there was no touch there whatsoever. Yeah. And then the whole, and I'm not trying to trash your guy, but the whole last play of the game just ran out of bounds.
It's tough.
I would rather you throw an interception, try to make a play on the game.
You have to. I mean, that doesn't matter. The only thing that will for sure guarantee that you don't score is to run it out of bounds. Exactly what he did.
Exactly what
he did.
I don't care if you're a redshirt freshman or not. You've got to know better.
Yes.
Especially at his level.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, again, I think Tennessee should have called a timeout after they got the big pass play, and that would have gave them three passing plays from where they were.
Yes.
And they didn't. They let way too much time run off the clock. But hopefully for Tennessee and Alabama, it'll be one of those that wakes them up. As Mike Tyson said, sometimes you just need to get hit in the mouth.
That's right.
And
going back to our game, we've talked about it across the year about different teams. We knew what was coming. Mm-hmm. We knew that boy was fixing to stand back there, and he's either going to run it down our throat, and why in the world their guys are getting behind our defense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we couldn't stop it.
Mm-hmm. I will tell you what, that one play that they threw, I think it was that 41-yard touchdown over the top.
It was 4th and 1.
Yeah, it's 4th and 1. Yeah, and threw it over the top. That's just one thing from a defensive point of view for Alabama. That cannot happen, especially on 4th and 1.
Yeah, and let's talk about this, guys. I mean, we said it off there. You know who's looking really good is the Big Ten.
Yes.
Yeah.
Penn State, Ohio State.
Hey, and I'm going to eat crow on Penn State.
Yeah.
I talked about them first of the year.
And Oregon.
Yeah, and Oregon's starting to come alive now.
They are. Texas right now is the best looking team in the SEC. They have beat Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
That game with them and Georgia is going to be.
Yeah. I mean, that
Georgia don't look half bad.
They don't look half bad at all.
Georgia come out smelling like a rose after last weekend.
I mean, like Vanderbilt, they're on the road Kentucky, and Kentucky's favored.
Mm-hmm. And you even said last week, you said you might want to put your money on Vanderbilt over Kentucky this upcoming week.
Yeah, because it's Mark Stoops does Mark Stoops things. They just beat, they just beat Ole Miss, and I said, watch Vanderbilt will beat them, and it really could happen.
Yeah,
now.
Yeah, it really could.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's heartbreaking. you know, and one thing's a loss. You know you're never going to win every game. But when it looks like, and I hate to go this, but when it looks like your coaching is just standing out there and they're like, oh, my God, what do I do?
I saw a guy on the Fine Bob show yesterday. I think it was Legend.
Oh, yeah.
He said, he was talking about DeBoer, and he said, my God. He said, Shula didn't even lose to Vandy.
Yeah. I mean, and I just said Friday to a guy, I was like, Vanderbilt don't even need to be an SEC anymore. You know, their baseball team has went down. Their basketball program is not what it was. Their football program hadn't ever been anything.
Hasn't
and
existed.
Then, here we go.
And next thing you know, they beat Alabama for the first time in 40 years.
Yeah, 40 years.
40 years.
40 years. I think that's their first time. They were 0-60.
Against
top five
opponent?
Top five opponent. Yeah.
That's the first time they've ever beat a number one ranked opponent
Ever.
Well, listen, with that said, we've got a good week coming up. Tennessee hosts Florida. As you'd said, Alabama hosts South Carolina. I think South Carolina's probably going to do a lot like Napier is. That's Beamer ball, buddy.
Yeah.
It wouldn't shock me if you don't see every trickeration there is.
And listen, and now with that being said, with my coach standing over there with his hands on his knees going,
I'm worried about us too.
I'm just waiting for somebody on the sideline to point up there in a box to Daddy and say, "Get your hind end back down here on this field."
All right, now be honest though. It was already bad enough for DeBoer after that loss, but after Saban says nobody loses at Vanderbilt,
dude,
how much worse?
Did you see that they played that after the game?
They played
that clip on the Jumbotron.
They played that clip
and played Sweet Home Alabama just like Arkansas played Rocky Top.
Is that?
Oh yeah,
that just kick you right in the balls.
Makes me sick.
Yeah,
makes me sick.
Yep, it does. And listen, and I'm being honest. Like when I text that Saturday, I was like, we're gonna have a party and we're gonna cook and I don't even care if we watch a game. we can go back and watch some old wrestling.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. If Tennessee can beat Florida and Alabama beat South Carolina like they should, I'll be honest with you. That game's a playoff spot because whoever loses ain't in.
They're going.
Yeah. They're done after that.
And I done told you all week, I don't think we can beat you.
Well, I told you
before we went on there. With Arkansas, with that loss now, we have to be either Bama or Georgia. There's no in between. If we lose to another team, it's over.
I'll be honest with you. I think we got to win out.
Yeah, we got to win out
after losing to Arkansas. But
you don't think we got two from losing to freaking Vanderbilt?
Well, you have to beat us, but I think after us, your schedule's pretty doable, right? Because you don't have Texas.
We don't have Texas, but guys,
Missouri's not the same.
Missouri's not the same, but we got Auburn, and that Auburn game is like y'all's Florida game.
Mm-hmm.
I know the record don't show it that way, but it's that game.
Doesn't matter.
It don't.
And Saturday won't either in Knoxville. Napier's coming, and it's
yes.
I mean, there's a reason why Tennessee's only beat Florida twice in the last 15 years.
Yeah,
exactly.
And Tennessee's had the better team many of them times.
Oh,
last year was one of them.
Last year was one of them.
Now you find out with Alabama and Tennessee who can get rid of the hangover.
Yeah,
because there's got to be one.
Oh, 100%.
Does this motivate you or does this deflate you?
I would love to see practices this week from both teams, and even some locker room talk.
Yeah.
Did the players have some closed door meetings without the coaches?
Yeah, I don't know about Alabama, but you see Dylan Sampson said in an interview, we didn't go into this week prepared like we should. You could tell guys
they were ready for Florida.
So maybe it would, because that's what at the end of the day when you lose to a team like Alabama and Tennessee lost to this weekend, that you're clearly better in every aspect of the game. It has to be a closed door meeting.
Has to be.
It has to be leadership.
To be.
But again, Tennessee and Alabama both have things they've got to get figured out.
They've got to.
Alabama's defense is very, very suspect, and Tennessee's offense right now we're not a passing team.
Yeah, I mean in the past it's been okay. Well, we're just going to have to put up more. In 2022, it was going to be we're just going to have to outscore the other team. Mm-hmm. Now with our defense, it was complete opposite. I'm thinking. Of course, I'm telling my dad, my mom, and buddies I was hanging out with watching the game. I'm like, how many times can the offense rely on the defense to keep doing this?
If we'd have said last week on the show, I'll give up. Tennessee gives up 19 points to Arkansas. You're going ahead and writing down a win.
Yes.
I mean that should be a given.
Yeah.
And so Tennessee they both definitely got some things to take care of. well, that'll wind up. We'll wind it up before we all get hot and me or Dusty say a cuss word or something, because it's already got my blood pressure high again.
It's just spiking right now.
So we'll come back and we'll give a recap on. We've got a lot of local area high school sports to talk about, and we'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
We're excited to finally be able to offer Lawrenceburg our blazing fast, reliable, and affordable fiber internet services.
If you're looking for a more reliable and more affordable provider, we at Cloud9 Fiber have you covered.
Plans start at $50 a month, and we can offer up to a gigabit to your home or business.
We are excited to be able to offer your first month of service entirely free. We encourage you to sign up on cloud9fiber.com or by calling 931-201-9098 so we can help you make the switch today.
For the best meal from south of the border, head to Cocina Real and Puente Grande for lunch and dinner. With a wide array of mouth-watering entrees, there's something for everyone on the menu. And you can't forget the cheese dip. They'll treat you like family, and you'll never leave hungry. Make Cocina Real Mexican Restaurant and Puente Grande Mexican Restaurant your choice for authentic cuisine, located in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliott Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretto, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
Welcome to Employee Resources Credit Union, where you're more than just a number, you're family. We provide financial solutions that rise above those of traditional banks. With roots stretching back to 1964, we've served 4 generations during constant industry changes. We're known for our low fees and incredible rates. Join us and experience the credit union difference. ERCU, not for profit, for service.
Professional care with a smile. That will always be a guarantee at Encompass Healthcare. Whether you're looking for primary or urgent care, x-ray services, or even weight loss treatments, our team is equipped to serve your needs. Our doors are open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Make an appointment with our providers, Kendra Brown or Tori Cox, today. Encompass Healthcare, located on Highway 43 North in Etheridge, Tennessee, right next to Chapman Tire.
For decades, First Class Charter has provided high-quality motor coach transportation services to the Tennessee Valley. With numerous safety and cleanliness accreditations, First Class Charter is ready to make your group trip a reality. Contact us today by visiting firstclasscharter.net. First Class Charter, the official motor coach company of the North Alabama Lions.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
The Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior and assisted living community in the region. The Summit makes it home for you or your loved one with diverse suites that welcome and encourage community, plus gathering spaces, neighborhoods, daily activities, and a wonderful staff that supports you every day.
Hi, I'm Tara Blue. I'm the new director of the Summit, and we would like to invite you and your family to come and tour our facility. We would love to see you here.
Let me tell you about a place that has it all for your home, bedroom, kitchen, lawn, and more. It's a home-owned and home-operated business that's been around for over 70 years, so you know they're doing something right. At Swap and Shop Center in Lawrenceburg, you'll find top name brands for every room of your house, and top brands for the outside too. Looking for appliances, televisions, couches, safes, bedding, mowers, and well, the list goes on. So make the drive today to 824 North Military Avenue in Lawrenceburg and be treated right.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to X Sports Live. Time to talk a little bit of local area high school sports. This is the first time. We just had too much to rant about, folks, if you're just now joining us. If you want to go back after we get done and see how bad we griped on college football, that's at the first of the show. But first of all, Summertown men's golf team come up a little short. Ended the career of Cole Campbell, who's an individual state champion. Cole's been fighting injuries and had a heck of a career. It's going to be fun to watch him in college. Also, Quint Smith, senior there, and I think one more. But
Braylon Perkins.
Perkins, yeah. And so they just came up a little. Had a rough first day.
They did.
From what I saw. Cole actually set the record. Actually, was the low round his second day, but just kind of too far out of it.
Right.
And this is going to feel odd, but for the first time in 7 years, there's a new ladies golf team that's a state champion.
Yeah.
It's not the Summertown Lady Eagles. So, you know you've built a pretty good program if you're John Campbell and Stacy Campbell. When a disappointing year is a sub-state loss and you only send 2 individuals to play in the individual state tournament. And also big shout out to Miss Ella Busby. She finished 5th, I think, overall.
Yep. And then Isabella was 8th or 9th, something
but
like
I think that will put Ella in the all-state team.
Yes, it will.
As well. So congratulations to those teams.
I want to talk about Clint real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And we understand it, but we're talking about somebody who is playing football right now
at the highest level.
At the highest level that you can play. He plays running back and defense. He don't take many snaps off. And this kid is still going out and shooting in the 30s. And I know he had a bad round. Walking.
Imagine how sore he is.
And I know he had a bad round over in Sevierville. But outside of that, guys, that's impressive.
Well, Walt was in today, and he said, that final day, you could tell he was hurting. He said he was hurting. He said the bye week came at a really good time for us in football this week, and he's really hurting. He was ready to get off that golf course. He said him and Cole both,
Oh, I'm sure. And I'm glad to see him get a little break right here, and he's got a little bit of time to rest up for football. Because, listen, I know we're fixing to get into it. I mean, they got to have him.
Yeah. Before we get into that, let's give some updates on our area volleyball teams. Yep. Summertown loses to Loretta in their district tournament. Of course, but it's not anything new. Both teams going to region are 2 wins away from going to sub-state and then possibly the state tournament. So they're probably not done seeing each other. We're all used to that. Hayden, tell me how Lawrence County is. I know they won last night.
I think, let's see, they're 24-12 overall. They did win last night. They beat Franklin County 3-6-9. I know they're going to play Columbia, and Columbia's not.
And that's tomorrow night.
That's tomorrow night. Yeah,
it's all here at the Ralph.
Yeah, it's all. So everything's at the Ralph tomorrow. Spring Hill will play Lincoln County at 4, Lawrence County and Columbia at 5:30. Championship at 7.
Gotcha.
And so it's the semifinals and the finals tomorrow. But Columbia, they're no joke. They got some tall girls. I was covering that game whenever they played over in Columbia this past Thursday, and it went 5 sets. So, and both times they played each other, they went 5 sets.
It went 5 sets here.
Yeah, it went 5 sets here and 5 sets over there. So it's going to be a lot, and it's going to be fun to watch tomorrow.
Get your money's worth for that one. Then, all right, well, let's get into it, guys. We talked about Summertown. They're on a bye this week. Finally got over the 2 losses in a row and pretty much just put a whipping on Waverly, which is not something you're normally saying when it comes to Waverly, but kind of took care of business and got the ball back rolling again. A really good week to have off to get some guys. Mm-hmm. They have so many to just play 2 ways, but their schedule is pretty tough. You've got Lewis County, Richland, and the undefeated East Hickman, the number 1 team in the region that I don't think any of us saw at the first of the
We'd
year.
have never seen that.
They look good.
They look really good.
East Hickman, East Hickman just beat Loretta, and Lewis County beats Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
So here's the deal, though. That second place, that second seed, it's wide open.
It is
wide open.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first seed's taken up by East Hickman. But the rest of it, like I said, it's must win for Summertown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want to fall any further.
No. I mean, either way, we saw last year, as good as Loretta was, they were a 1 seed. You start going across that river, that west side, they're 4 seeds.
Hey, yeah.
Tough.
Yeah. They come over here and me and AJ called the game last year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was no joke. You know, and then Friday night we had Tullahoma here. Just a heartbreaker for Lawrence County. Tullahoma just, you know, they went on a.
They're Tullahoma for a reason.
They are Tullahoma for a reason. Lawrence County just got to. They got to figure a few things out on defense. You know, but I think we got. Golly, I don't drew a blank now. Cheatham County.
Cheatham County's the last game of the year. I know.
Franklin County.
They got Franklin County, Shelbyville.
Shelbyville's this coming Friday.
Yeah, and then Franklin County, and then Cheatham will close the year out.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
but you know, Lawrence County, it just is what it is. They're going to have a heck of a schedule the rest of the way. Loretta, I think a common thing though, they're 3 losses this year. Their defense had a hard time getting off the field.
They did.
I was watching that game against East Hickman. And East Hickman, just everything they were running, just executed so well. And I think Loretta, their offense on the field, they can score at will. I'm not exactly sure Loretta's the rest of their schedule, but I think they've actually got the easier. They've still got Mount Pleasant.
They've got Eagleville, Waverly, and I believe they're closing out Mount Pleasant. Yeah,
and Mount Pleasant has to come to Loretta. I like Loretta a lot in that game. I really like their path, honestly. For the rest of the year, better than I do Summertown or Mount Pleasant's in that region.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the game, and y'all were watching it too. Like East Hickman, they were doing their thing offensively, but so was Loretta because they were scoring at will. So it was one of those games where whoever had the ball last at the end of the game,
it was starting to look like Loretta and Mount Pleasant last year.
Yeah, whoever had the ball last was going to win the ball game. So.
All right, well, that Lawrence County, you just touched on it. They host Shelbyville this Friday night, or you got to go to Shelbyville?
I think it's at
Shelbyville.
At Shelbyville,
Okay.
it is at Shelbyville. Yeah,
we're on the road the next 2 games,
and then closing out the season at Cheatham County. With Cheatham
for
County.
homecoming.
Yeah.
I got you. They don't have any playoff spot left available, right? Like they're mathematically eliminated.
They're mathematically eliminated. So
them and Spring Hill, I think, are the ones eliminated.
Spring Hill, they're eliminated as well. But with that being said, Hayden, come on in with this news that we got today.
Well, y'all, Will sent it to shout out to Will Pettis. He sent the news to us about the new TSSAA realignment from I think it was 2025 starting next year to 2027. Boys, we're going to be going to some different places for football. Lawrence County's jumping to 5A. Summertown and Loretta, they're staying in 2A for football. Volleyball-wise, stays the same. Basketball's a whole lot different. Mount Pleasant falls to 1A. Mm-hmm. And then Battle Creek will jump to 3A, so they'll probably be in Lawrence County's district.
So, in every other sport.
In every other sport. So, in my opinion, I was kind of looking, who's Lewis County, Summertown, and Loretta going to play for basketball, softball, and baseball? I don't know really any other teams in that. Maybe Forest.
There's no way you can do a 3-team district.
No, not at all.
They're going to have to add Chapel Hill.
Yeah, they're going to have to add somebody.
Somebody around there.
But there's
5A for boys
football? For football,
Guys,
we're 5A.
People don't realize that is a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Of high school football.
Because I was looking, I'm thinking, okay, because it showed every sport for 2025, 2027. Because I'm like, okay, let me look at basketball now.
Tullahoma goes with Lawrence County. I did see.
Yeah, they're going with Lawrence.
Yes.
Yeah, they're going to 5A too. Everybody else is staying at. I'll have to relook at it, but I'm pretty sure us and Tullahoma are the only ones going.
That's
to
what
5A.
The way I looked at it. We were the only ones, and I can't remember who was.
I wonder if Columbia stayed 5A.
I'm sure they did.
So that'll be a district or a region game.
That'll be a region game against Columbia.
Yeah. Tullahoma will be a region game too because they jumped to 5A.
Listen, guys, that Tullahoma team. Me and AJ talked about it on the call. Them boys. Also, we got to face them in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Harsh County, man, they got their hands full.
All right.
Tullahoma's putting out.
They were young last year for basketball.
They're putting out some good product over there, and hey, they're fine. It's going to be tough to play 5A though.
Yeah. Football wise, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when that schedule comes out for next fall.
Yes, I'll be interested to see. Because they're going to have to travel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
they're going to go a long way.
Yeah, I mean, Franklin County's bad enough. That's 2.5 hours, and they're not even going. That ain't nowhere near 5A.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
sheesh.
I mean, I don't know what the closest trip might be Columbia. I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah, it'd be Columbia because Tullahoma's further than Columbia.
Hopefully you can keep the rivalry games.
Like Giles County, Summertown, Loretto.
I hope so, but I mean, you still got to play, 5?
Yeah.
You got to play 4 regional games?
I mean, I don't know how they're going to realign the district. I mean, there might be 8 teams in the district or in the region.
And
you'll have to have two
non-district
games. Yeah. Or region, yes. I don't know. It's going to be fun to see them realign the districts for next year and the regions as well. So
for sure.
All right, folks. If y'all are wondering why this is less professional than usual, AJ's on his way back from Disney World.
Hey, actually, AJ's made it back. He's at home.
Okay.
I haven't spoke with him personally. We've talked.
He just petered out, huh? They just give out.
They did make it home. They left around 9:30, 9:45 last night in Orlando. I got a message from him around 1:30 this morning. They had made it to Georgia. And then about 11 o'clock today, they made it home. So him and the wife, CJ's home with Miss Teresa and Alan. So they made it. I guess when we're talking about it, we need to be thinking about them people down in Florida.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've got some family. Me and my wife have some family at Disney right now that they flew in, so they didn't have any vehicle to drive out. So they're going to have to ride this out. I think, you hope and pray that, everything's good. They get some rain. And
got a really good friend of mine from Columbia who is has one of those jobs that nobody likes because he's an insurance adjuster through State Farm. Well, he had to go to Augusta, and he said he's probably going to be there about a year. But I talked to him on the phone last night, and he said, "Dude, all I can tell you is just pray for these people down here.
Yeah,
it is bad.
It's going to get bad.
He said it's bad already, and it's going to get worse.
It's going to get worse.
We're right here in the studio. We got a state of the art weather center right here, and I've always been intrigued by hurricanes and like the water and all that stuff. But when I was watching last night, I seen a local meteorologist from down in that area, nothing major, but a local guy, and he was crying on TV for the people who didn't leave, who thought, you know what, I'm gonna board my house up, I'm gonna ride this out, and his comments were just heartbreaking,
And it's a tough decision because it's everything you've got, it's everything you love, it's
it's your life, it's your livelihood. And I guess we can sit right here and say, well, I got my pictures and what I could put in my car and head off. It's easier said than done.
Yeah, we are in a luxury that we don't have to worry about a hurricane wiping us out.
Tornadoes, we do. We're in Tornado Alley, but I do feel bad for these people down in Florida.
And I would, if you can find you a good cause, whether it be Red Cross, whatever it is, and you've got the means to help these people out.
Because they need it.
They will need it.
My daughter lives in North Carolina. She says these people over here hurt.
I got a personal story yesterday from North Carolina. A good friend of mine, he works for MES, and he services fire rescue tools and air packs. And he was at a place, he's staying in Pigeon Forge just because it's not in North Carolina. Right. And he was over there yesterday. He was in a fire department, and I'm assuming the way I took it from him, it was more like a county fire department, not like a city. And said a guy walked up to him, and he could tell maybe he was a fireman or whatever, and he asked him how he was doing, and he said, man, I'm just not doing good at all. And my buddy said, man, I hate that. And he said, nah, you don't know.
Right.
He said, I come home to my wife and my kids gone, my mom and dad's gone, and my aunt. Lost them all at one time in that flood. And then he's telling me about the towns he was driving through just trying to get around, and they didn't have a hurricane.
Right.
It's hard to describe what these people in Florida are going to go through.
Yeah. All right, we'll be right back. We'll talk a little Titans. We'll talk a little bad blood. And we'll talk about LeBron James in a tweet that he put out today.
Yes.
Yeah. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
There's no job too big or too small for Gonzalez Lawn and Landscapes. Owner Chris Gonzalez works hard to make your commercial or residential properties one of the neighbors will envy. You won't find a lower price anywhere else, and that's a guarantee. We offer mowing, landscape removal, small construction jobs, and more. Our team is licensed and insured to ensure the best work for Lawrence County and surrounding areas. Your satisfaction is our goal. We won't leave until you're happy. Call today to set up a free quote.
Make your property rock and roll with services from GNS Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started today.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
A Moment in Real Estate with my dad, Jeff Hood.
You know, I get asked a lot about what the market's going to do. How's the real estate market? I've been selling real estate for a long time. And nobody has a crystal ball. And you know what? When it's your time to buy or your time to sell, it really doesn't matter what the market's doing. It's your time, and you have to do something maybe. What makes a difference is the agents and the experience that go to work for you. We're Keller Williams Hood Company, located here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We can help.
Hood Company, powered by Keller Williams, the #1 name in real estate.
There's a reason owners Tyler and Cindy McDowell chose the name In Service for their towing business. They did because it's their goal to be in service for you on the day that you need them the most. In-Service Towing is now known far and wide for their response time because minutes matter when you're broken down, or their 24/7 availability. You can call them anytime for service. Their professional team with years of experience and their fairness, plus their know-how in dealing with the unexpected. But the thing that In-Service is known best for is how they treat their customers, and that's like family. When you need them, call them 931-843-9098.
Jack Davis Insurance, located at 201 West Gain Street in Lawrenceburg, has you covered through life's obstacles. Jack Davis specializes in group insurance for businesses and institutions of all sizes. With coverage for life, accidents, cancer, critical illness, short-term disability, dental, and vision, Jack Davis can customize a plan to meet every need. Now available Medicare plans for seniors. Contact Paige Davis at 931-492-9284 today for Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, and prescription drug plan insurance. Serving Lawrence and surrounding counties since 1987, call the team at Jack Davis Insurance today at 931-242-5225.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
All right, welcome back to the X Sports Network and X Sports Live here. As we went over high school sports, we went over our rants for. I think our rants are probably over with.
Yeah,
we'll
we
probably
might be done with
that.
Yeah,
we'll talk about one tonight in LeBron. But let's talk about the Titans. Had a bye week. Go into Indianapolis this coming week.
I don't keep up with them. I don't know.
Well, the main thing, I don't really. we don't have to do predictions or anything, but who's going to be the quarterback?
Mason Rudolph. They've already listed him out for next week. Yeah.
They've already listed Levis out?
Yeah, they've already listed him out, yeah.
Well,
I know that. There you go.
Well, that's a short topic. But if, but here's the thing, though. If Levis was healthy, do you think Callahan was going to play him?
No.
Because everything he said after the game was, Levis is our guy. He'll be our quarterback.
I think this injury is an excuse for him to sit him down, as in like, hey,
but
you
is
need
it going
to
to matter?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to set him for a couple of games. Rudolph going to have an iffy game. You're going to put Levis back in.
I don't know how you could if Rudolph can win a couple in a row.
That's what I'm saying. Well, we need to figure out if this is a quarterback issue or if this is a offensive issue. That's what you need to do if you're a Titans.
We said we weren't going to make any predictions. I'm fixing to make one. Callahan one and done. He's fired.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know about that either because the whole Titans organization, it's hard to predict what they're going to do.
Yep.
But here's the thing that we do know about the Titans. 2 out of the 3 losses were on Will Levis.
Yes.
Turnovers with a lead.
Turnovers.
Throwing laterals and interceptions that allowed the other team to win.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if Rudolph can just manage the game, he honestly looked like McCarron for Alabama. He just looked like he managed the game, and the worst thing he did was go 3 and out and have to punt. That's what I'm looking for this week. And it's you should win against Indianapolis because they're not very good.
They're not good at all.
Is Richardson still hurt? I think he's out.
Yeah, he's not playing.
Yep. Flacco, though, I mean.
Listen, where'd he come from?
Yeah. Again, that's the thing again. He did it with Cleveland. Mm-hmm. I mean, he would be a better quarterback than Deshaun Watson in Cleveland right now.
Anybody would.
Anybody would be.
And all those lawsuits.
What about the Jets firing their coach?
I was shocked.
Aaron Rodgers got that done. He acted like he didn't. Come on.
He didn't.
Did y'all see the thing on, it was Troll page, but about Kirby Smart's going to is about to be named the New York Jets head coach.
I mean, everybody's buying in on that. I'm like, no, ain't no way. Like, would I do it?
Leaving that,
ain't no way. There ain't no way.
He would.
All right, well, let's get into it. Did you watch Bad Blood?
I did. I watched. There were certain matches where, like, I'm gonna cut it off.
I fast forward.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, what was the first match? Oh, it was Punky. Yeah, it was Punky. That was great. That was
first match was the main event.
That should have been the main event,
hands down.
And the only reason it wasn't the main event is we'll get to it later.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I thought that was one of the best matches that I have watched in a long time. It was bloody.
Like an ECW match.
It did look like, we talked. I mean, that was produced by Abyss. If people don't know, he was a crazy guy in TNA. Listen, Punk ain't no young chicken. And for him to go out there and put up that kind of performance, I know when he come out Monday night, he was limping on one leg and couldn't hardly move.
He looked rough.
He probably couldn't walk.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I don't know that he was acting.
Well, I mean, did you see how bad those shots? I mean, like, how they were blading and all that stuff in the past, and I saw a post whenever Punk hit Drew McIntyre with that wrench, it busted him wide. Drew had to get 27 stitches.
Yeah, staples.
Or not staples. Yeah, staples. Yeah. I mean, that was a legit bloody match.
And honestly, were y'all thinking of it the kind of way I was, that you just watched that McMahon documentary and they did away with headshots and all this stuff, and I thought, boy, I feel like we're crossing the line here. And I honestly was thinking the same thing, that Punk does not need to be doing these matches because he just literally got back from being injured.
Yes, where he tore his tricep
in the Royal Rumble.
So I'm going, I don't know if this, it was great to watch.
But listen, he done he took the bump through the table.
Yeah.
And then, but listen, when he done his finisher, when he wrapped the chain around his leg.
You knew what was coming.
Yeah. Oh, you knew what was coming. So I'm telling my boy, I'm like, I've never seen him do it this way.
Yeah.
This is going to be good. McIntyre sold it. McIntyre done a great job.
After that, listen, that back shot he took on
the step. Oh my gosh!
I don't know if I told you, I don't know if he was planning on taking some time off, but he may have to.
He may have to.
Yeah, he earned it though.
He wasn't there Monday night.
Yeah,
so we don't really know how bad a shape he's in. I'm sure
You have earned your vacation.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I thought the the whole Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan match was a good match. The whole thing with Dom, I'm over it.
It's getting old.
And then Raquel comes out, and
that was botched, I believe, because I think they inadvertently rung the bell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all go back and watch it. Like, she put Liv on top of Rhea, but the bell has already rung due to disqualification.
Yeah, I read into that a little bit, and there's been several there was a botch when me and Mason was at the live show with Bianca and Jade.
Yeah.
They were fighting Mason, the Fiery Twins or whatever, the girls from England or whatever. Yeah. And Jade was not the legal girl in the ring,
but still made
Bianca
the cover.
was. Well, she done a power bomb. They done her finishing move. Well, she went to the cover, and Bianca pushed her off and finished the cover. The referee had done started the count, and Bianca pushed her off and then finished the count right in front of me. And it was right there in front of everybody. And I kind of laughed. And, Mason was like, "What are they doing?" I was like, They messed up.
They had to cover their tracks.
The 9 Bailey, I didn't really care much for that. It was just another match.
Biggest thing happened in that rivalry was the power bomb at SummerSlam that Bailey did. Other than that, that's
just a rematch.
Ready
from
for
that
Charlotte
one.
to come back.
What about the segment with the crown? I kind of liked. I mean, it's getting away from how the Survivor Series they did champion versus champion. Now that's what that's going to. Looks like. I hate the belt design. That was awful.
Belt's stupid looking. Yeah. Why Goldberg?
That's terrible.
I mean, I understand they were in Atlanta. That's his hometown. That's where he lives. I mean, is he going to screw? Is he going to come out and screw Gunther when he fights Cody? Is he going to be there for that pay-per-view? Or are they going? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, Gunther really doesn't have another main event caliber opponent that he can go against. I mean, maybe Priest.
Well,
Breaker's going for IC title again.
I'm waiting on Brock Lesnar.
Yes, I am too.
I think
I'm right, man.
But they are being so quiet about that. His name was brought up with all the McMahon crap, but I think he's still on the roster.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be one of them nights, guys, where we're just sitting there and
that music's going to hit.
It could have been Monday night when Gunther just beat the brakes off Sammy.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on him to come back.
Yeah.
They don't need him. I mean, the wrestling is the best it's been in years, but just to have Brock make one more run.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got maybe one or two. Gunther and Braun Breaker, I feel like those are the other guys they want him to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, they really don't need him unless he just wants to say, "Hey, I'm coming back."
Yeah. Going into that main event, what do you guys think about the pair up? And
they treated
and The Rock coming out.
They were treating it like
doesn't say a word.
Yeah,
I didn't like that at all. I mean, The Rock's a talker.
Yeah.
Why would you take? Now he didn't have to come down to the ring.
Yeah. He did a promo after the show though. I don't know if y'all saw that. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like The Rock should have talked. The team and the pairing up, I was cool with it. Cody and Roman, they tore the house down at WrestleMania. We all watched it. SummerSlam, I mean.
Yeah.
Cody's having a hard time with friends.
Yeah.
I know he's got Orton, but Orton's got Kevin Owens for now.
Well, no, did you see what happened? There you go.
Yeah, we got to get into that. But so I didn't have a problem with Roman and Cody teaming up. You got your two faces that carry the business on the same team. I would have really liked to have seen maybe Roman not go help him, and just kind of see.
You talking about at SummerSlam?
Yeah. Or no, Bad Blood.
Bad Blood.
When they went back.
Oh,
when,
gotcha.
When Jimmy said, "Hey, Oos, we got to go. We got to go."
You gave him your word.
You gave him your word. So that tells me they're probably going to turn Roman face, and I think we're going to see Cody turn heel after he gets done with his stuff with Kevin Owens.
Right.
And I've read into it a little bit that Cody wanted to make another run as a heel,
and he's a great heel.
He's a great heel. I was glad to see Jimmy back. Did y'all see the poster for Survivor Series War Games? I don't know if there's any truth behind it, but it
might have been fan made, or it could have been.
It's The Rock, Solo.
I do know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah,
and the Bloodline.
Well, did you see that
versus
Cody,
Roman, the Usos.
I don't want Cody in that match. I don't want Cody in that match.
I want it to be a family matter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Who was the fifth? It was Jimmy J, Roman,
Cody,
and Randy. Maybe Randy.
Randy Orton.
Yeah.
See, I don't know.
You got to put Sami Zayn in there too. I
Yeah,
think he belongs.
No,
in
maybe it was Sami Zayn's picture.
I think it was. It had to be Sami Zayn. But no, I just.
Well, they're obviously building it for somewhere, but you don't know. The way they left it is The Rock
After
Roman's
Roman?
side,
Yeah.
or
is he going after Cody?
I think they left it.
I think at some point you've got to have a match, Rock and Roman.
Yeah,
I think
WrestleMania.
I think that's what they're setting
That's
up.
where I'm built. That think they're building up.
That's what I think. I think that's what they're doing. I think they left that as Solo. I think they left that as The Rock saying,
"All right, I'm back in charge.
I'm back in charge."
Well, did you see the fan video of whenever Rock came back and Solo looked back at the camera? He said it's all part of the plan.
Right.
I was like, okay, now I'm kind of maybe leaning towards Rock's going after Roman.
Yeah.
Because at first I'm thinking, oh, he's coming back for Cody now.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, okay, what are we getting here? Of course, that's a good thing about Triple H's booking. You never know what's going to go.
All right,
go
so after it, what are they building up between Kevin Owens and Cody now?
I think
Because Kevin Owens is about like the Big Show. He's turned heel more than anybody. He's probably up close to heel turns, face turns, heel turns with Big Show. So you knew you could never trust him, but where's that going?
Well, it obviously either it has to be before the PL, or it might have happened after the Crown Jewel PLE, because I think November 1st is the Crown Jewel PLE, and that's whenever champion versus champion.
I think that's where they set the matchup. Yeah. It was set up this past weekend, but I think Kevin screws Cody
at Crown Jewel.
At Crown Jewel.
Okay,
all right.
That's what I think.
I think I could see that. Yeah.
No.
That.
I mean, there's of course, and again, it's the first week. Nothing's been booked except the champion versus champion match.
And when are we going? Because it's getting toward the end of 2024. When do we start seeing John Cena, and when does he start talking about what his last year run's going to be?
I think it's going to be another one of them Lesnar things. I think it's just going to be one of them nights.
Do you think it happens before the new year?
Yes.
Yes. Survivor Series, I believe, would be kind of the same thing with Punk.
Or Rumble. You think he enters the Rumble?
Oh,
absolutely.
Definitely in the Rumble.
Yeah, he'll definitely be in the Rumble. Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know. I don't know if in the past they've done the day one pay-per-view. I know they've done it on Monday Night Raw. Maybe we'll see him there. I don't know if they do that PLE.
I think
or
we
if
could see Lesnar at Crown Jewel.
All right.
Maybe possibly. I just who would he? You could see him maybe with Gunther, but I don't know of any other spot for him to work with, because I think it'll be Priest.
I think him and Gunther would tear the house down.
I think they would, because Gunther's going to chop him and Lesnar's going to suplex him, and it's just going to be an all-out.
I'm taking yours, you're taking mine. Let's do it.
Yep, and that's how it would be.
All right. Well, last thing, and we probably can just close this show
think we
out
can.
on this one, because we don't really have a rant, so we'll just be off three of our rants. What's your take on LeBron James' tweet? AJ, thank you, AJ, for sending this to us. Topic. But LeBron James makes a tweet today that says, "Can someone explain to me why we're flying to play Milwaukee one day?" Read the exact quote.
It said, "Can someone please explain to me why we're getting on a plane and heading to Milwaukee for one preseason game?" Question mark, exclamation point.
Here, I'll explain it. Because it's your job, LeBron.
Or just don't go.
Or just don't go.
That's what I think is.
You're the owner. You're the GM. You run the franchise. Yeah.
You set out games all the time. I mean, people, he don't come to Memphis and play the Grizzlies. Mm-hmm. He always sets out. Listen, let me tell you what I think it is, too. We haven't, because I refuse to talk about it this early, but all we've been seeing in the media besides college football and what little bit of NFL storylines we've got going on is basketball starting. And it's been Bronny. It's Bronny this, Bronny that. Is Bronny going to make the team? Is he going to be on the team after November?
He's going to make the team. Of course he's going to make the team.
Is he going to be sent back down? But we just saying all this talk. Well, LeBron's like, no, sir. You're going to talk about me.
All right.
I'm going to say it. I think he's pissed off because his son is getting a spotlight.
Yeah.
You got all these comments and what people are saying. But listen, at the end of the day, LeBron's about himself. And I think that's what he's doing.
Again, the quote says, "Can someone please explain to me why we're getting on a plane and heading to Milwaukee for one preseason game?" Quote of the night from Greg said, "Hey, LeBron, it's Greg. The reason for this is because if you were to drive there, it would take over 29 hours. So I'm guessing your coaches thought it would be more efficient to fly. Hope this helps." That's the quote. That's the best. That's the best one.
That's the one.
That's the best comment. And with that, guys, we got Summertown's off this Friday night. Lawrence County will be going to Shelbyville and Loretta.
No, I think they're off too. I believe so. I think they're off too.
Yeah, we're off. It's fall
everybody's
break.
Everybody's off.
Nobody's playing.
Nobody's playing on Friday.
Football this week.
We're off Friday.
So, we'll get to do another show and then really ramp up high school football next week.
We'll be ramping it up next week.
All right, AJ, welcome home, buddy. I hope we didn't drive this thing in the ground.
Maybe people aren't mad at us.
Yeah.
Ben, I'm glad you loved our hats that you made for us.
Yeah.
Ben Luna was behind all the. I don't know if he drew them. I can't imagine him being this artistic. But maybe he is.
I'll give credit to Kelly. She was the one that did it for us. So there we go.
But at the end of the day, go Vols.
That's
Roll
right.
Tide.
Go Vols.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.